Alright, I'll be your loads. Get stuff for the bed. Well, I was at Lowe's for probably about 2 hours. I went right after work and I didn't leave until like 6:50, I think it was. But today's Friday, so I got off earlier than I normally do during the week. But yeah. And the reason why it took so long is because I was not prepared for buying the wood that I need to do my bed build. If you go there with measurements already, it's not going to take you any time. Definitely have them cut it for you, because that I found with the framing of my windows and stuff, the wood I use for that definitely made it go a lot faster, a lot smoother, because it's already cut. You don't have to deal with that. So for my bed build, it's already cut for me. The wood is back there. And all I have to do is just put it together at this point. So go with your measurements ready. But I didn't have it ready because I was still undecided on the style of bed I wanted. I have people, they tell me, why don't you just get a cot or just lay, something flat on top of something sturdy. But I want to actually build something, and I spent $50, and a cot that I've seen is about $40. So for $10 more, I can get like a custom built bed the way I like it, and actually wider than a cot. And that's one reason why I wouldn't want to go with anything else, because I wanted something that can go from a couch to a bed. I don't want just a bed the whole time. And like I said, I want something wide too, to take up the rest of the space, from wall to my dresser cabinets and whatnot. So that would have to be custom built. But yeah, for $50, I don't think it's that bad. And that's not just the wood. The wood was probably $30 maybe. But I got like extra drill bits, because I broke the two that I had while I was trying to put up the window and the paneling and everything like that. So I got drill bits, I got brackets and stuff to secure everything to the floor, and like a little latch lock thing. And I don't know if I got anything else. Oh, screws, of course. So all that together was $50. But like I said, the wood by itself was probably about $30. I have to look at the receipt, and I'll let you know about that later. But yeah, so have them cut it for you. But for $50, you can build your own custom bed. But we will see if that's all I have to spend on it, or if I made a bunch of errors in my calculations. But I don't know if you can see this. But this is like my sketch I did last night. I'm doing the slide out bed. And so my thinking is I want my toilet area to slide out from the one side. But I'll work on that later. The bed itself, this is like the structure of it. And then this is where it slides out. So I kind of just sketched it up. And then today, while I was outside of Lowe's, I did measurements. I measured the length, the width, the height. Counted how many I would need for that. Then I counted the slats, I guess that's what you call them, how many I would need for that. So 72 inches long is what I'm doing. So I just said I was going to do 1x3s at first, but I switched up to 1x4s, and just divided that by 72 to get how many I needed. And then that's what I knew what I needed. And here are my calculations. So I needed 24 slats, but I already have some here. So I just said, I wrote 16 on there, but I think I have 9, and I have some here. So together that'll get me around between 16 to 24. And that's plenty. I can just leave spaces. That 24 is filling in every gap. So, I'm going to have some gaps. So it'll be filled in. It'll be good. 4 72 inches long, 4 24 inches, 8 16 or 15 inches. That was debatable because of how tall my toilet was going to be, and how tall I wanted to make the whole bed. On here I have 16 or 15 inches, but I'm actually going with 18 inches, which was my original thought. But when I measured, 18 inches goes right to the edge of the paneling where the foam insulation is, and I didn't know if I really wanted it to go that high, because I don't know. But then when I measured 15, 16 inches, I feel like it looks too short. So I'm just going to go ahead with the 18 inches. I can always cut it shorter if I want, but I'm going to see how that looks. And so, yep, there's my sketch. The wood is in the back. My rough measurements got me to this point. And tomorrow I'm going to start building it. I'm kind of thinking tonight I might go ahead and use my drill bits and put a few holes. Maybe even put some together if I feel up to it. But we'll see what I feel like. It's still warm out right now. It's been mid to high 70s the past few days. And so it's probably about 60 something right now at night. So it feels good out here. So I might just come back out here and drill a few pieces of wood and put something together. But I think I'm going to take some pictures for this build because it's one of my last ones. And do a blog post with all the information on there because I haven't dug too deep into the slide out beds, but the ones I've seen, it shows you how to do it for the most part. It has pictures and stuff, but they don't have like the amount of wood. They have some of the measurements, but they don't have like how much wood, what it costs, and things like that as far as what I've seen. So I think we're going to try and include all of that into mine. But yeah, so what you're going to see next is me starting on my bed tomorrow, and I will get that finished tomorrow. And basically, I mean, it will be livable at that point. I just have to start putting up some stuff in here. And I may even go ahead and put the shelf in here and get my brackets down to secure everything. Better than my tie downs and bungee cords and all that stuff, which that stuff secures it doesn't move or anything right now. But I want to not have those looking like that. So get some brackets in, get the bed built, and yeah, be good to go. And then after that, just doing a little painting on some stuff and moving my stuff in by next week. Moving for you guys. All right, here we go with the bed build. Alright, so of course I couldn't sit still tonight, so after I brought up the batteries that I'm going to take to the scrapyard tomorrow, I went ahead and pulled the wood out and brought it on the back porch so that I can do a little work tonight. What I'm doing right now is I'm going to drill the holes into the frame, and if I'm not too tired after that, I may just go ahead and put some screws into it so that tomorrow it's already ready to go. I'll just slide it in and make some adjustments if I need to. If not, I'm drilling the holes now so that tomorrow I'll just have to put screws in and then that's it. So it'll make it easy and fast. Let me show you what's going on. What I've done was I just laid out everything as a frame. So the sides are just laying down just so I can line it up and make sure it's good. Looks good to me so far. The test will be when I put it in there, if it lines up good. I have two of these on top of each other because one will be the bottom, the base part, and one will be for the top. So I just have them sitting on top of each other right now on both sides. And that's about it. And this area is where the wheel well is. And I had a 32-inch cut to go across the top of the wheel well. But it's really only a 3-inch space. So I don't even know if that's needed. I was just going to do that for extra support. But the 32 inch that I got cut was not exactly 32 inches, so it's kind of short. So I'd have to cut another piece if I wanted to make that happen. I just have this here just to show that, which this isn't 3 inches, but do you hear these cats? Cole's over there with another cat, and they're just, I don't know what they're doing. But yeah, so this isn't 3 inches, but this is just to show that I might just put this piece there just will sit on top of the wheel well, just as extra support, instead of that 32 inches that's going to go across. Because like I said, it's only like a 3-inch gap, and, you know, I mean, yeah, it'd be another support, but it might be just useless, pointless, or whatever. So, what I'm going to do now is drill from the bottom, from the top of all of the side pieces, and then when I get down to that, I'll be drilling it from the side on the bottom and the side on the top. And And then, like I said, if I'm not tired, I'll put some screws into it tonight and just leave it sitting back here, and I'll carry it back around the front in the morning and slide it in, and should be good to go. And then all that's left is to piece together this top part, which that might take a little while. Because like I said, I kind of did this on the fly, so trying to figure out how that's all going to go together is going to be the hardest part of this, I believe. So, but yeah, anyway, we're going to get started on this, and maybe if I start putting some screws in, I'll show you the ending of it. So my neighbors sound like they're still up, so I went ahead and put it together. Just laid the slats on there, so they're not screwed in yet, but the frame is put together. You can see it good. I don't know, but got it all put together. It actually looks decent. The thing I noticed while I was putting it together is that this is not actually 2x2. I didn't account for the lack of exact measurements. So the 18 inches I want, it's not happening. I have 17 inches going on here. So I'm hoping that my porta potty that I want in this area will fit, because it's now shorter. Because now the full length is 17 inches, but inside of this, I can't really get this with one hand. I think it's 14 inches. I can't do it with one hand. So it's 14 inches inside of there. So I'm hoping it'll work. If not, I'll have to find another spot to put that. And then it'll just be open space for me to store whatever. But I laid these out. As you can see, these are the ones that I bought. I got 9 out of 3 1x4s. And just have this area a little bit open, which, like I said before, I have 1x3s, I believe they are. And so, I mean, they're longer than these, and I can just cut them a little bit to place them on there, and they'll work well for that area. While I was trying to figure this out, this full 72-inch length I have left, I was going to put here and attach every other one to it, so every other one would slide out with it, and the other ones would stay stationary. And that'll work, you know, for what I want to do. But I also wanted it to be hinged to where it would lift up. But I have to go look at this again, because I'm not exactly sure how that's going to happen now with how I put it together. If not, I'll figure out a different way to lift it up and put that together the correct way. But yeah, that's what's going on. I gotta put together. So tomorrow's just putting the slats in and figuring out how I can have it lift up when I want to. So right now I could just slide it in if I wanted to. Awesome, cool. Well, get to the rest tomorrow. Here's what's going on. I got me some breakfast going on. Some eggs, spinach, peppers, onions. Little cayenne pepper in there. Here's the plans again. I don't know if you want to like pause it if you want just to look at it. I'm going to try and do a blog post with the details of everything, showing my measurements and how many pieces of wood I have and everything like that. But this is what's going on now. So I have some of my scrap wood as well as the clothes hanger rod that I had in the back of the van. I'm not going to use that anymore. So I'm just going to use it for this because it's the only other long piece I have without just piecing together some pieces of wood that I have, which is what I did here. So let's see if I can lay this down and show you what's going on. Okay, I don't know how well you can see this, but hopefully you can see it pretty good. This is what's going on. I have 2, I think these are 1x3s that I got for scrap wood, and I have one here and they have an opening right here. And this is where my leg is going to go that I was saying that I want to be hinged. I'm going ahead and just making that space because I have two and I have to cut it anyway. So I'm just going to go ahead and make that space and just cut each one on the end because they have overhang from those two. Then I just have these two. I believe, I don't know if one will be stationary and one will slide out, or if they both will be stationary. Birds want to make a lot of noise right now. So all of these right now are looking like the stationary ones, except for this one. This will be my slide out as an example. So, so I have these 1x3s right here, laying on top of the 2x4 of the frame. And this will have the dowels that would go down into the 2x4. May do like 4 dowels, 2 on this one and 2 on that one. And then in the back, I have, I believe it's 1x3s as well. I got these off of the van. They were under the windows as support under the windows to screw in the wood that was sitting under each window. And so they're longer than what I need, but not long enough for one piece. So I'm going to put 2 together, cut the end of that one over there, and this will be on the hinge, which will attach to the 2x4 of the frame. And because it's on the hinge, I can put 2 together and they'll stay together. So I don't have to worry about how to piece that together. It'll work fine. So then this rod right here is going to go flush with that, and it's going to have the slide outs attached to it. And sorry, my phone's going to die in a second. But it's going to have the slide outs attached to it, and as well as this 2x4 that I bought yesterday. So this will go in the front, and so the dowels will go through this into this 1x3, and it will be able to slide out, in and out. And so this is my slide out piece right here. I'm not going to slide it all the way out, but it'll slide out and back in and attached by the dowels, and the dowels will go into that, and then I am able to then lift it up because it's on hinges, and they will all lift up together, as well as this 1x3 that's down here. And that's the idea. So I need to run to the scrapyard, charge my phone, and then when I get back, I'm going to put this together. I'm going to see how it works. So I'm excited to get this done. Here we go. Last time I recorded, which was yesterday, I believe I was showing you how it was going to work as far as the top part. Right now I'm inside because it's raining and it's going to rain for the next few days, and I'm actually going to get this done tonight no matter how long it takes me, even if I go to work all tired. A frame is right here. It's really lightweight to carry this in, and then my top part came apart into 2 pieces for the stationary ones and 1 piece for the slide out. As you heard me in the last video clip, I had to piece together something for the back and the front because I didn't have those long 72-inch pieces. So I used the scrap wood I had left and cut it to size. So, I mean, it kind of works because now I have 2 pieces instead of one whole thing to take off. I have 2 pieces that I can take off at a time. The back will be connected with the hinge, and then the front will have the dowels that will go down into the slide out part. So it works. It does do what it needs to do. So yeah, and this is what I stopped on yesterday because my drill stopped working. It died on me. I don't know if it's the battery or if I'm just using it so much that it just, hits its max. The lady I live with, her boyfriend has a whole kit, and so they're letting me use their drill tonight to get this done. And so now I have 2, so this is going to get done tonight. I'm going to take those screws out because some of them are poking through the other side. I'm going to put some new screws in there, and then I'm going to attach this 72-inch that I bought from Lowe's to the bottom of it. That's open down there. And I also have to adjust it because I think one of them, is that one that's a little off, a little too long on that end, short on this end, so I need to adjust it. Make it just right, make it fit nicely. Yeah, so I just want to get that top part on at least tonight and then put it in the van. I can put the legs on later, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and put the legs on, which are right there. I'm hoping they're the correct size. If so, I will put those on tonight. at least the 2 side ones until I find my hinge for that middle one. And then it should be good to go. I'll put the dividers in there later. I mean, unless I feel like it tonight, it doesn't take too long. But yeah, so I just need to put the top on, the legs on. I'm going to put a divider here and a divider there. And one on that side just to close that side off. And I'll worry about the front and that side later, because that will fit on the back. But that's what's happening tonight. Gonna get this done. I'm gonna take some pictures because I haven't really taken pictures, and a lot of people on different Facebook pages want to see my build and how I'm doing it, as well as I'm gonna do a blog post on it. Just my own way, just giving you more into detail of things. I have some wood screws down here. They're the 2.5 inches, which they worked well for the 2x2s going together, but as far as using 1x3s, 1x4s for the top part, way too long. So I had to use other screws, and that's a whole bag of screws I got out of the van from different things that I've taken apart in the van. I still, like, that black cup was full of screws too. So I'm just taking ones that are good out of there and using those if they fit and they're not poking through. And there's a drill bit, 1/8 inch 2-pack that I got because I broke my other ones. So these should last me and do well. They're titanium, and they should go through all of those 3 things right here. I don't know if you can see that well. But yeah, I got those too. So we're going to finish this up, and the next thing you'll see is hopefully this bed inside of the van and the top part on, and I can show you how the slide out works if it does work. Cross your fingers. All right, here we go.